Hello friends, I welcome you all. Today I am going to discuss a poem prescribed for T.Y.B.A. Compulsory English, and the title of the poem is The Charge of the Light Brigade, written by Alfred Lord Tennyson. Popularly known as Lord Tennyson, was the leading poet of the Victorian age. This poem, The Charge of the Light Brigade, is a narrative poem that celebrates the heroism of the British Cavalry Brigade. It commemorates the Battle of Balaclava during the Crimean War fought during 1853 to 1856 between Russia and the alliance of powers that included France, Britain and the Ottoman Empire. At Balaclava, the British forces had to charge towards the Russian enemies through an open terrain, and 247 men of these 637 in the charge were killed or wounded in this suicide mission. This poem was written by Tennyson in December 1854, minutes after he read an account of the tragedy. The poem became hugely popular and was used as a pamphlet to inspire British soldiers during the Crimean War. Now this poem is based on a true story. The war fought between British forces and Russian forces, and the place is Balaclava. It is the valley of Balaclava, where the valley means a place. These are these two hills, and this is the place through which the British Cavalry Brigade has to pass, and enemies were here. They were, throwing guns and cannons towards them, and they would pass through this. So this is the valley. Between this place is called valley, a place between two mountains, valley. So let's read the poem first, and then we'll discuss it stanza-wise. Altogether, there are 6 stanzas. Pay your attention and try to enjoy the poem. Half a league, half a league, half a league onward, all in the valley of death, rode the 600. Forward, light brigade, charge for the guns, he said. Into the valley of death, rode the 600. Forward, the light brigade! Was there a man dismayed? Not though the soldier knew someone had blundered. There is not to make reply, there is not to reason why, there is but to do and die. Into the valley of death rode the 600. Cannon to the right of them, cannon to the left of them, cannon in front of them, volleyed and thundered. Stormed at with shot and shell, boldly they rode and fell. Into the jaws of death, into the mouth of hell, rode the 600. Flash all their sabres bare, flash as they turn in air, sabering the gunners there, charging an army while all the world wondered. Plunged in the battery smoke, right through the line they drove, Cossack and Russian, reeled from the saber stroke, shattered and cindered. Then they rode back, but not the 600. Cannon to the right of them, cannon to left of them, cannon behind them, volleyed and thundered. Stormed at with shot and shell, while horse and hero fell. They that had fought so well came through the jaws of death, back from the mouth of hell, all that was left of them, left of 600. When can their glory fade? Oh, the wild charge they made, all the world wondered. Honor the charge they made, honor the light brigade, noble 600. Now there is a British cavalry brigade of 600 soldiers. Altogether there are 600 soldiers and they are supposed to fight in the valley of Balaclava, but they have to pass through a narrow passage, and from both the sides the enemies were pointing at them and they were ready to kill them. So it was a suicidal mission, and one of their commanders ordered them to march, and soldiers, as you know, they have to follow the orders without asking any question, right? So here, in the beginning of the poem, it says, half a league onward, all in the valley of death rode the 600. Now orders are there. Half a league is a mile. Half a league onward. Half mile ahead. Just keep marching ahead. Where? In the valley of death. Why it is not valley of death? Because from both the sides, enemies are there, and the troops has to pass through this, and they are throwing the bullet. They are shooting them from the top. They are throwing, all ammunition on them, and so they are supposed to die because they cannot kill them. They are sitting at high level places and they were passing through that. So it was a suicidal mission in that sense. All in the valley of death. So it is the reference of valley of death references to Balaclava Valley, where it was very difficult to fight. All in the valley of death rode the 600, and knowing that we are going to die, these soldiers, this British cavalry brigade, marched towards the enemy by following the orders of their commander. Forward the light brigade, charge for the guns, he said. Now their authority, their commander, ordered them forward, go ahead. The light brigade, the entire troop is called light brigade. Go ahead, light brigade, charge for the guns. Use your guns and charge them. Fight with the enemy, Russian and Cossack enemies. Fight with them. Into the valley of death rode the 600. And in that valley of death, all those 600 rode ahead, they went ahead, following the orders of the commander. Forward the light brigade. Again there is order from the commander. Forward the light brigade. Was there a man dismayed? Now, is there anybody in the troop that fear of death? Dismayed means fear of death. The commander asked them, that 600 soldiers, is there any problem? Is there any doubt? Is there any fear in your mind? Not though the soldier knew. And everybody said no. They knew somebody had blundered, But they said no. We have no fear of death in our mind. Not though the soldiers knew someone had blundered. The soldiers did not know who made the blunder, but order is given to them and they have to follow, they have to obey the order, and so they were obeying the order. There is not to make reply, and it is not taught to the soldiers to make a reply. They are just taught to follow the orders, and so they are following the orders. There is not to make reply, there is not a reason why should we reply? No, there is no reason. We are asked to fight, we will fight. There is but to die, do and die. What they know? They know only one thing: do or die. Do and die. There is no other option left to them. So they were following the orders and they are doing their duties. There is not to make reply, there is not a reason why, there is but to do and die into the valley of death through the 600. And so they were following the orders given by the commanders, and all of them, all the 600 were following the orders and they are marching towards the valley of death. In the next stanza, cannon to the right of them, cannon to the left of them, cannon in front of them. Now cannon, what is cannon? Cannon means a kind of big gun, what we call it. Cannon means Marathi we call it to cannon. Now from this side, cannon to the right of them, cannon to the left of them, and cannon in front of them. And they were throwing the blows, the big volley and thunder from all these three sides, right, left and front. They were marching this side and they were throwing the ammunition through the cannon. Cannon to the right of them, cannon to the left of them, cannon in front of them, volleyed and thundered, stormed at with shot and shell. They were throwing the shells, they were shooting from there. Guns were also there, they are shooting bullets, and those shells were also thrown at them. Boldly they rode and fell into the jaws of death. Now, without fearing about the cannon from three sides, they were just marching ahead. They are going ahead without bothering whether they are going to live or die. And therefore, boldly they rode and fell. They rode ahead, and when they were shot, they rolled down. Many of them died because of the shell and bullets. Into the jaws of death. This is a jaw. Jaw is, this is for jaw. But this is the jaw of death. Somebody is eating, somebody is killing you. So the jaws of death, all of them were brought into the mouth of hell. Into the jaw of death, into the mouth of hell, wrote the 600. Now this is the hell. What is hell? Well, death is certain and very painful death. But knowing all these things, this noble 600 went into that valley of death, or even it is called into the mouth of hell. In the next stanza, poet says, flashed all their sabres bare, flashed as they turned in air, sabering the gunners there, charging an army. Flashed all their sabres. Sabres means a sword with a kind of a V-shaped blade, that is sabres. And they were bare, without sheath. All those sabres were there, and they were flashed. There was light, due to sunlight, they were flashing. The flash as they turned in the air, and they were turning, they were trying to fight with their sabres. But even to the guns, we have a kind of saber at the front of the gun. When your bullets are over, you can fight with the gun, and therefore it is there, and they were flashing in the air, sabering the gunners there, charging an army, while all the world wondered, plunged in the battery smoke, right through the line they drove, Cossack and Russian, reeled from the saber stroke, shattered and centered. Then they rode back, but not the 600. Now the fighting has started from three sides. Cannons were throwing the shells, gunners were shooting bullets at them, they were fighting with their bullets and with their sabers, charging the enemy army. But when the world came to know about it, all the world wondered, how one can fight like this? Once you know that you are definitely going to die and you cannot make a single damage to the enemy, still you are fighting? Still you are going ahead? The entire world wondered how it can happen. But it has happened. Plunged in the battery smoke, all of them did the plunge, they jumped into the battery smoke due to the shell, of that cannon and bullet. Everywhere there is smoke of battery, that powder of gun. And they plunged into the battery smoke right through the line they know, they were going through the line. But somehow some people died in between, and they were just going ahead, trying to fight out the enemy, not worried about their own life. Plunged into the battery smoke right through the line they rode, Cossack and Russian. This Cossack means the Slavic army, famous for their war skills, and Russian army. Real means rolled. Many of them were died, rolled from the saber stroke. Even with this weapon they had, they killed many of the enemy soldiers with the help of their sabers, but not more. Saber stroke, shattered and centered. Some of them, with the help of that sword, they make people in two, means cut them. Shattered and centered. Centered means break apart or turn into two. They kill them. Then, after fighting this, they rolled back. Now they started again. They went up to here, but now it is evident that it is very difficult to fight with them, so they turned back. And then they rolled back, but not 600, because many of them out of those 600 were killed in that suicidal mission. Not the 600. In the fifth stanza, poet said, cannon to the right of them, cannon to the right of them, cannon to the left of them, and now they are going to this side. So cannon behind them, in front, now it is behind. Cannon behind them, cannon to the right of them, cannon to the left of them, cannon behind them, volley throwing the shells and thundered, just like the thunder cloud. You know, they were showing one after another, and they were having little chance to escape from that. Stormed at with shot and shell. They were stormed, thundered, just like thunderstorm. They were showering the shot and shells, while horse and hero fell, and many of the soldiers and their horses fell victim to those shells and bullets. Many of them died. Stormed with the shot and shell, while horse and hero fell. Those heroes, these 600 heroes, many of them fell, came through the jaws of death, back from the mouth of hell. And now they came through the jaws of death. This is the jaws of death. And from the mouth of hell, they came back. But it is already mentioned that not the 600. Came through the jaws of death, back from the mouth of hell. All that was left of them, left of 600. Now, not 600 were there. Many of them, it means half of them killed in that battle, in that suicidal mission, and whatever left, almost 300, they came back from the jaws of death, from the mouth of hell. And therefore, in the last stanza, poet said, when can their glory fade? Such a glorious event, such a glorious fight. Though they could not defeat the enemy, but the spirit with which they fought with the enemy was glorious. It was not a common thing for a soldier or any army to fight such a kind of situation. And so, when can their glory fade? When can their glory fade? No, it will never fade. It will remain as it is. Now, even in 21st century, we are reading their bravery. We are listening to their bravery. Oh, the wild charge they made. What kind of wild charge they made? Knowing that, yes, definitely we are going to die, but still they continued their fighting. And so they were the bravest of soldiers. All the world wondered, and looking at their bravery, the entire world wondered when Coleridge read the news. Immediately after a few minutes, he wrote this beautiful poem celebrating their bravery. All the world wondered, honors the charge they made, and so he requests all of us to honor the charge they made. Forget about whether they have won the war or not, but you should honor them, because the charge they made, the way they fought the war, the charge they made. Honor the Light Brigade. Whom to honor? Honor the Light Brigade, noble 600. What do you call them? He called them noble 600. Why they were noble? Because they fought such a war where they knew that they are not going to win, where they knew that they are not going to come back alive. Still they fought. They fought for their country, fought for their people, and therefore they were noble 600. And so the charge of that Light Brigade, having 600 noble soldiers, cannot be forgotten. So every generation will read their stories of bravery and they will get inspired. Just like Coleridge, we are also inspired by the bravery shown by these 6 great noble soldiers. And this is how Coleridge has given tribute to these great soldiers, 600 soldiers. And it was very famous at that time. It was published as a pamphlet to motivate the other fighting soldiers how bravery can be and how one can set an example of bravery in front of others. So this is an example of bravery shown by S.T. Coleridge. I hope you might have enjoyed and understood the poem thoroughly. See you next time. Till then, take very good care of yourself and your family. Thank you.